Alright, so we have a new event here. Um, this event here. Now, I think, I hope not. So the community voted on a poll whether they like shorter events, longer events, or extra long events, I think. And we're supposed to be getting an event that's tailored around what we voted for. I think longer events won. The issue is, so I've hopped into this fight one time. So we'll show that quickly. This is a team we're going to use, the new and improved Realm of Gods team. The only reason I'm not running the Gods here, which I might, the reason we're not running these guys, is because I want to use, the newer units on the team. Um, which we have the blues here, of course. So I would run this guy. I would run these guys over the Tech Kaioken here because he kind of sucks. So I would bring the gods, or even I'd bring the gods over the ROF blues. But I want to use like the kind of like the newest characters. I know these guys easy aid soon, but these guys easy aid not that long ago, but they've been around for a while. So we're just gonna run the team like this. And just to show you guys this fight, I hope they don't think that this is what we meant by long-term fights. So as you can see, there's a bunch of fights here. It ends with Omega. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. And especially these last three bosses, they hit pretty hard. The issue I have with this fight is, now I know Baby can go on for a while, and Realm of Gods doesn't do a ton of damage, so it can just go on because we're not doing a lot of damage. But I like longer fights, not like Festival, which I do enjoy Festival, but I like longer fights where it's one continuous fight and you get units to stack, because a lot of units that come out nowadays are stacking. So I like that units get their chance to stack, you get to see them do crazy numbers. Fights like this, which I'm really hoping this isn't what the community event is, which it might be, it's not bad. I'm glad we have more content. The issue is that each fight resets. So each fight you go in, it's going to be turn one and all your units are back to normal. So I don't really like that structure. I'd rather just be one continuous fight against all of these people. But I know that the last like three fights here, Omega, Super 17, and Baby, can be hard and they can last a while. So hopefully we get to make it through. I'm not going to show the first two fights because they're kind of baby fights. I'll show like the last two, or just get right to Omega and show it, or us killing Super 17. So yeah, we're running with the Realm of Gods team, and hopefully we get some decent rotations in here. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we've made it to Super 17 here. I skipped most of the fight because the rest of the enemies aren't that hard. So we'll do Super 17 into Omega. We have the UI Goku revive up because we're under the HP threshold, and I haven't used Vegeta here yet, so we still have a turn of invincibility with Vegeta. But for now, we're just going to use UI Goku and just hope that he dodges, which we should be fine. One issue with this team, I said in the beginning I would replace Tech Kaioken Goku with the gods, but I just wanted to run the team like this. Tech Kaioken Goku keeps us at such a low HP. It's good for getting the revive up pretty easily, but it also kills us when we go into the next boss fight and we have 5% HP. So yeah, that really sucks, and he just doesn't do enough damage. Then he is supposed to, or that you would think, for being a newer unit and having all the support going around. The RF blues have been pretty good in here. We've gotten pretty lucky with Goku hitting his dodges, and Vegeta did do a decent amount of damage in the baby stage. So yeah, I kind of like how this team is going. I just would change a few units if I was really going to come in here with like a monster Realm of Gods team. But I do think that this team is good enough to get this done. I've used no items so far. I might have to, which I don't want to, but I think for the first clear I might have to, just because Realm of Gods is so not finicky, but the team I'm running is very like dodge reliant, and if a unit doesn't get their dodge, we die. This Vegeta's been doing really well. He's just here to support the entire rotation. Everyone's been performing great, like I said. Even Tech Houken Goku, he's performing good. He's not doing great, but you know his revive has been clutch, and especially his standby. However, like I said, like on this turn, I don't think we can have his standby here. Okay, we do. All right, so that's great. So we'll use his standby because he's most likely going to be killed here. You know what? We'll use... You know what? No, I was going to use all of our actives, but we won't use all of our actives just yet. Oh, wait, I have to reset that because I want to use him in the last slot. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so the reason I had to reset is because you're supposed to use him, or pop his active, his standby in the last slot, and I used it right away because I was talking. It's hard to talk and also focus on the game and not make mistakes here. So we're hoping we get to do some damage before we use his revive. But our next rotation should be perfectly fine, and then we can pop all of our actives, and we should be good to go. I might have to use an item. Maybe. I think I have one more turn of Blue Goku, so maybe I don't have to and I'll get lucky with the dodge. We'll see how we're feeling. I mean, I could go into Vegeta. I think he would be able to tank most of the normals. A super would obviously hurt him really bad, but I think most of the normals he should be fine with. So let's see if this hits Goku. He dodged it. Okay, I'll take that. Just because I want to do as much damage as possible before we revive. And he is going to disintegrate our HP, unfortunately. Is a cool super animation. As you can see, we're already down to 90. After this super, would be at like 80. Yep, 80. Okay, and we get his revive animation. Good damage from him there, so we'll definitely take that. And here we go with our actives. So I think I am going to go into Vegeta. Both Vegetas, actually. So we will use all of our actives right now. So there's going to be a lot of animations. Give me a second. Okay, and here we go. He did change the AGL orb, so maybe I should have waited. That definitely kind of sucks. But we still should be fine. We just want to make sure we can get him rainbow orbs. We can. Vegeta should be able to live this. he should be able to live at least the normals. We should kill, honestly, before we get to Vegeta. This UI blue Vegeta, 100% damage reduction is perfectly fine. Oh, okay, so 17 stuns. So that was a mistake. Oh, Vegeta took 200k. Wow. So we'll definitely be able to live this rotation, and next rotation we're 100% going to kill. It's just... Wow. Okay, UI Goku didn't dodge. Alright, I gotta hop back in. Give me a second. Alright, so we are back. This is the next day. I've been doing this event for a while now. So I've died more than a few times, and I really just want to get this event over with. We'll do more runs in here with better teams. Probably we'll bring the SS4s in here, and we won't use items. However, with this Realm of Gods team, I think I said it before. I don't remember, like I said, because it's the next day. It's really just dodge or die, and for some reason, once we get into this Omega fight, all of my units decide to just not dodge. I don't know what it is. Every single one of these units has gotten me killed in this fight so far. So we're going to play it very safe, and we are going to use items. Like I said, didn't really want to, but I literally don't have a choice. So here, I would probably go into Vegeta, right? So normally, I would swap into Vegeta here to start the fight, and then use UI Goku later. However, because the blues are on rotation here and they are sealed, as you can see right there, they're sealed, they're not going to be supering, and I just want to make sure that they're going to dodge the attacks. We are going to use a Whis here, like I said, and I used the Bulma attack ups and for the previous fights, because just to get to this fight, it's like 25 minutes just to get here for me. So I just wanted to speed it up so I don't have to like sit here every 20 minutes just to die in the Omega fight. So I just sped it up. We're going to use a Whis, and like I said, we're staying UI Goku because I want to give the rest of the rotation the upped dodge chance. This fight is pretty hard. I made it to Tech Omega once, and it's only because the rest of my units just decide not to dodge in this first phase. I don't know what it is, but they just decide not to dodge. Like I said before, though, I will cut and like fast forward through some of the rotations, just because it's going to take a long time to beat this boss without any int units besides the gods and the future blue Vegeta, who don't do a crazy amount of damage. It's going to take a while. So we'll do these next two rotations. And then I will probably cut to Tech Omega, and then through Tech Omega I'll probably fast forward through some rotations, but I'll explain what I'm doing just so you guys are still in the loop. So good damage there actually from the STR, but keep in mind our blue Goku is not going to be able to stack, which really sucks. The ROF blues, I mean, these guys right here, because they're sealed, which really sucks. So we are just hoping and praying that they dodge every single one of these attacks. I did use a Wii, so even if they don't dodge everything, they should be fine. They should live. Except for this one. Okay, they dodged. Oh my god. Dude, I have PTSD from this fight. See, we would have died right there probably if I didn't use an item. I have PTSD from this fight already. Kaioken Goku not being able to super actually isn't the worst. Because, wow, look at those bombs. Holy, we're going to take a lot of damage here. And I can't not get them. Huh. And his defense is not high at all. So Tech Kaioken Goku is fine without supering because he's not going to lower our attack. Let me see him real quick. Let's see his passive. So he only gets attack with a Tech Orb, so we don't have to give him a Tech Orb here. We want our revive with UI Goku. We do not want to use the Tech Kaioken, this Tech Kaioken Blue Goku's revive. Because when UI Goku revives and not a teammate, he still gets buffs when anybody revives, but when he specifically revives, he gets guaranteed dodge the next turn he's on. So that'll be very, very, very useful, and we want to make sure we utilize that. So I'm hoping and praying that we're going to get the revive with UI and not somebody else. Great damage there. So we should be able to kill AGL Omega here on the next rotation. I'm not going to use an item next rotation. A little scary. I'm not going to because we should be able to kill him, but B, we need at least one for the tech phase. We do have int units that are going to be in slot 3, so I'm not really worried too much about that. But like I said, I've done this fight so many times at this point. It takes so long to get here, and I just want to clear the event. And like I said, I would have brought a better team, but because I wanted to use this Realm of Gods team, it's kind of holding me back a little bit. Realm of Gods is good. They're just not as good as the other teams that are out right now, unfortunately. But I think UI is just going to kill him here, actually. That would be really good if he does. Okay, cool. Alright. So we might use an item here. Let's see what we're looking like. So I don't know how much damage this guy does. So I might switch into Vegeta. We're gonna swap into Vegeta. We're gonna swap into Vegeta. I don't. How much is that gonna heal us? Let's see. Okay, we're below 77%. Perfect. Because we want UI Goku to get his revive next rotation. Now we should be fine. Again, I'm not using an item. If we die right here, I want to use an item after UI Goku revives. If we die right here, I'm going to come back one more time and get to this point. So this will be like the last thing I show. But like I said, I am traumatized. My units just literally decide not to dodge. I'm not worried about the future blue Vegeta on the end here. I'm just hoping that he dodges the attack. I think as long as he supers, he'll be fine. I don't think he'll take much. But if he gets supered, it might be a little dangerous. And the STRs, I thought Omega was like you couldn't dodge Omega. Because I was confused because, you know, it usually has the marker on top of the name. Okay, good, he supered him. On top of his health bar, there'll be like the little symbol that shows like attacks are guaranteed to hit. And oh my god, it's an AoE super. Oh no, this is gonna be crazy. But like I was saying, I thought he was guaranteed to hit because I would put the blues in slot 1 or 2 and they would eat the super every single time, no dodging. So I was literally convinced that Omega, like, you couldn't dodge him. And I did like 3 runs and then I had to check it. And okay, good. As you can see, you can dodge him, and I was like, I'm just traumatized. My units just decide not to dodge in this event for some reason. It's always against Omega. We get so lucky leading up to Omega, and as soon as we get here, it's wraps. Okay. 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 Double digits. We'll take that. So like I said, we do have the revive here, so we are going to stay like this, and we are just going to hope and pray that somebody gets killed here. If not, like I said, we do have a revive, I'm pretty sure, with the Tech Kaioken next rotation, but I would rather not use his. I want UI Goku to get his guaranteed dodge. Okay, this is good. I'm pretty sure Goku didn't get his EX Super, which, again, I want to die on this rotation. We might end up surviving because all these units have decent amount of dodge here, so we might just live. UI Goku can get by without activating his revival because I'll probably end up using the Tech one next rotation, but I really don't want to. I'd much rather have used UI here so he can get his guaranteed dodge. Okay, we dodged it. Okay, good. Great. Perfect. This is perfect.
それに他のみんながオラに託してくれたんだ。その思いにかけてもここで一歩も引くわけにはいかね
Okay.
え。
Phase change. I'm not sure what this did. I'm not sure what changing the phases really does for us. I guess his attack and defense went up, so we are going to use all of our actives here. We're just gonna pop everything. First we'll pop the blue Vegeta. Let me make sure my animations are on. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Yep, skip off. And let's watch these. Okay, not the best damage, but we just want to pop all of these. Okay, good damage. So we're gonna swap him into UI. Oof. No 24 keys, kind of tough. Huh. Yeah, there's no way to get him 24 key here. I mean, maybe if I did that and got the tech orbs there lined up for us. We are gonna use, so I would use an item here, but I don't want to because UI Goku is going to have guaranteed dodge next rotation. So, and I don't think I used the Vegeta. Did I use Vegeta here already? I did. I don't think I used the Vegeta on the other rotation. Maybe I did. So like I said, I don't really want to use an item here. But we need every single one of these units to dodge. That's the problem. Yeah, we can't get anybody 24 key. Okay. Yeah, this is really tough. I think we're just gonna risk it and not use an item here. Yeah, we're not gonna use an item. We're just gonna see how this goes. We'll see if we die or not. So I'm pretty scared. I won't lie to you. I'm a little worried about this. Especially if he's still getting AoE supers. I'm really worried about the Tech Kaioken. Everyone else I trust, but Tech Kaioken is a little scary. We didn't get the 24 key with UI, so he doesn't have ZX Super, which means no guaranteed dodge, but he does have Survive KO. It's the other units that I'm pretty worried about. And he didn't dodge it. Oh my god. This event is killing me, man. And he didn't dodge it either. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna try this one more time. Alright, so we're back in the same spot we were last time. We don't have any items anymore. So if we lose here, we're just gonna have to call it. And, yeah, I guess this team just isn't good enough. I'll come back in with like a Goku family team and I'll just beat it on my own. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little while now, so I really don't have the time to keep trying this event with this team, which really sucks. I could bring the gods instead of Tech Kaioken Goku, like I said, but I really wanted to bring him in here, and yeah, we just are not getting lucky. So we'll see what this rotation is like. Hopefully we can live it and at least go to the next rotation. If not, like I said, we'll just call the video here. And I'll just complete it on my own. I did save UI Goku for this moment. And next turn we also have a UI Goku available, but the rest of our units we already used the revive, we already used some actives, so this is going to be a little tough. And as you can see, we do like no damage. So I'm probably going to have to fast forward. I'll do this rotation, next rotation, and then I'll fast forward to either when we beat it or we die. Because he has way too much defense or health. I'm not sure which one it is, probably both. I think this event really is made for the SS4s, the SS4s. Because once you get to this part of the event, hold on, let's see if everybody dodges. Okay, good. Once you get to this part in the event, it's pretty much use a Whis. I mean, not a Whis. Use a Spirit Bomb with the SS4s. And once you use the Spirit Bomb with the SS4s, you have the physical SS4s Gogeta active. You turn them into Gogeta, and then you have the Spirit Bomb with the juiced up Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You know, this kind of becomes pretty easy, I would say. So this event was definitely made for those units in particular. So I'm probably just going to come back in with the Goku family team, bring the SS4s. I'll definitely bring UI Goku. UI Goku does fine in this event. It's some of these other units, and even the blues. The blues do fine in this event. The STR blues do fine. The Int ROF blues are actually fairly decent in this event. There's some fights, like the baby fight and the Super 17, but more in specific, the baby fight. Baby, Grade A baby can super like 4 times. I don't know how many times it actually is, but he can super a lot per turn. Oh, do we have one more turn of Goku here? I don't want to risk it, however. Let's use all of our actives. But like I was saying, the ROF blues are okay in here. Against Grade A Baby, they do take a lot of damage if they don't dodge. If they get super, they die. But everywhere else, they're pretty solid. They don't really take that much damage in here, which I was very happy about. So if we can somehow live this rotation, somehow, we probably live. We might be able to win on the next rotation. But this rotation here is going to be our win or lose here. Which, again, I'm really hoping that we can get out of this. But it's not looking too good for us. I won't lie to you. We can get 2 rainbows there. It's good. So we just gotta hope this Vegeta on the end here either dodges or... Oh my god, this UI Goku just sold. Like, this is ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about. My units just decide not to dodge. If he would have just got his EX super first. Now, this sucks because if none of the units dodge, we have 1 HP, we just die. Unless we take double digits. So this is probably the end for us here. We're about to find out, but this is probably the end. I'm very much hoping it's not, but like I said, if not, we'll just end the video here, and I will come back in with the SS4s. But this Realm of Gods video will just be over. We'll do a separate video for the SS4s. So let's see what we do. Dodge. Dodge. And 670k. I think we would have lived if Goku didn't just take that normal, maybe. But yeah, that was this event. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while. This team just isn't good enough to beat it right now, unless you get super insanely lucky. But it's just not fully capable of taking this down. So I would probably come in with, just to show you guys, with this team here, we'd bring... Oh, sorry. That is the wrong team. Goku family. We'll come in with Daima Goku. The SS4s, obviously. We'd probably also bring... We'd probably come in with... I mean, I could bring this Gohan, which honestly isn't the worst option here. But we definitely would do something like this. And then we would go grab... Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? We'll grab Daima Goku, and then we go to Battle of Fate here. Or, is this Accelerated Battle? I think this is Accelerated Battle. I don't remember, but we'd bring the SS Force, and we'll probably go in with a team like this. There are other units you could obviously bring, This is probably what I would end up going in with. This right here. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and sorry we couldn't get the win. We will come back in a minute.